Funeral Lady here. I have a question for you. Did you know that I used to be on the radio? I had a show for almost 2 years on a local radio station here in Massachusetts called WSAR 1480, and it was called the Silva Lining. And I still have all of those episodes and summaries of each of my episodes available on my blog, which is www.thesilva.lining.org. And I want you to know about it because I had the honor of having a bunch of guests on my show, from my amazing grandfather, some other family members, different clergy, to talk about different religions and their funeral traditions. I got to interview some of my favorite authors, one of which was Susan Ariel Rainbow Kennedy. She goes by Sark, and she wrote an incredible book about kind of the positive spin and gifts that come from the transformative experience of going through grief in a healthy way, and also the dichotomy of grief and love and how connected they are. So yeah, there were a bunch of topics that I covered, from, children and grief to disenfranchised grief, which means like complicated grief, like you're a divorced spouse and your ex-husband passes away. Your job might not see you as an immediate family member, and you might not get a couple days off, or society might not automatically assume that you're grieving, but that is definitely grief. There's a lot of different levels of funeral traditions and options that are available, the meaning behind why we do a lot of what we do in the funeral industry. And my goal with the show is to expose it all. I think a lot of funeral directors assume that everyone knows everything that we do and why we do it. I don't like to assume anything. I like to explain things. So it was kind of an experiment to see if people would be okay with listening to some crazy lady talking about morbid death stuff on the radio on a mostly political talk radio channel. But it went over really well. I had a lot of wonderful callers. I got to interview this legend of a funeral director named Peter Steffen. He was from Worcester, and he was actually the funeral director that handled when the marathon bomber, the Patriot Day bombing in Boston. I don't know if you all know about that, but one of the bombers passed away, and there was a whole lot of complicated situation around his death. So those 3 episodes of me talking to Peter Steffen were pretty incredible. But I want you all to know about it, and I'd love you to visit the blog, because you can click on the search engine and pretty much any topic that you're interested in, you might find some information. You might find some resources. I talk about, social media and its effect on supporting people in a grief network, the advantages and disadvantages of that, the etiquette involved. I tried to cover as much as I possibly could. I think there are about 70 episodes or so, and each episode is summarized on that blog, and there's also the podcast episode is there that you can download and listen to. So yeah, check it out and let me know what you think. You can leave comments, you can ask me questions, and I'm happy to keep doing what I'm doing and sharing little topics, because there's many. Thank you guys.